Okay, so for this circuit, I'm working with a RGB LED. So I have, let's see, so the RGB LED is here. The left pin is the red. The second to the left is the ground. Uh, Second to the right is the blue, and the first to the right is the green. So the red goes across the resistor and follows this white wire to pin 9. The blue, the red goes to 10, the blue goes to 9, the green is going to 8, and the ground is coming over here and then plugging into the ground right there. This is the code for it. Here's all my variables right here. This is activating all of those 3 pins as outputs. The code is turning the red pin on for 1 second, and then after 1 second the red turns off, the green turns on, and for the other second the green turns off and the blue turns on. Wait one more second and the blue turns off, and then it goes back and forth, rinse and repeat. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this, and it should work. Yep. Alrighty, so I changed the color combination for the desired effect. Basically what's going to happen here is the red pin is going to turn on. And after another half a second, the blue pin will turn on. This is going to make the color purple. And the green is going to turn on. After another half a second, it's going to turn white. After another half second, the blue is going to turn off, making a yellow. After another 500 milliseconds, the blue is going to turn back on, and the red is going to turn off. This is going to create like a cyan color. After another half a second, the blue will turn off, which will make green. After another half second, the green will turn off, making it completely off. This is what it looks like. Okay, so how I have this circuit set up is I have power going from pin 1, pin 2, pin 3, all the way up to pin 9. All these wires are all going across to a 220 ohm fixed resistor, and each one goes off to the right and follows an LED path all the way up to the ground. So this is part A. I have the code set up here, and basically what this is doing is playing around with these for loops. It's taking the integer 1 and starting off at pin 2, down here as well. It's starting off at pin 2, is going to check and see if it is less than or equal to 10, and if it is, it's going to perform this function. It is going to turn on pin 2, and then it's going to allow for 1 second before it goes up back here and check if it's equal then or less than 10. If it is, it's going to add +1 to that value, and it'll go to pin 3, pin 4, pin 5, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this and see what it does. There you go, all 8. Okay, so I added this for statement on the bottom. This is going to happen after the first for statement. What it's going to do is it's going to start at pin 10, and it's going to check and see if the pin number is greater than or equal to 2. And if it is, it's going to do this function here. It's going to digital write. It's going to go to the pin. It's going to turn off the power. Then it's going to wait half a second before it goes back over here, and when it's done, it's going to subtract the value from 10 to 9, then from 9 to 8, 8 to 7, 7 to 6, 6 to 5, so on and so forth. So this is what it looks like, going all the way up and then all the way back down. Alrighty, so I expanded on the first code. Basically just added this little second segment here. So when the pin turns on high, after the half a second, it's going to turn off and then wait another half second, and then it's going to go on to pin 3 and pin 4 and pin 5, so on and so forth. This is what it looks like. Alright, so I got the last one. It was a little bit tricky, but what we have here is we have the for statement. It starts at pin 2. It checks to see if it is less than 10, and if it is, it will turn the pin on, wait 100 milliseconds, and it will then add 1 to that value. What's interesting to note here is that there is no delay for the pin to turn off. So it turns off and immediately goes to the next pin. And then after that, it is the exact same thing up here. It'll start with pin 9, and check to see if it is greater than or equal to 2. And then it will subtract after it turns the pin on. And again, down here, I do not have a delay after the pin turns off, so it'll immediately go to the pin below it. After this is uploaded, this is what it looks like. It goes back and forth, back and forth.